I believe that great ideas flow through you, through me, through you, through everyone. I believe that great ideas are flowing through you constantly, and we are professional get in our own wayers. We get these great ideas and then immediately start to think about all the reasons why we cannot do it and why it will never work out. Have you ever had that happen? Maybe you're dreaming, or maybe you're walking or having a shower, you get this great idea. It's like you get all this energy, it's like, wow, I could do that. And then almost instantly you start to tell yourself why you can't do it. Or maybe you tell a friend or family member your idea and they start to tell you why you can't do it, why you're not good enough, why it'll never happen, why you need to be practical, safe. Why do you think you can do that? Has that ever happened to you? I believe that great ideas flow through you. I think one of the greatest things that you can start to do is start to act on those ideas, even though they don't make sense. This is the crux of the problem, is those great ideas actually don't make sense because they're new, because you're trying to create something that hasn't been created before, because the idea isn't fully formed and will have lots of holes in the plan, because there is no perfect plan yet. It's just an idea. And so there are lots of holes in the plan. You'll point them out, your friends and family will point them out, and we use the holes in the plan as a reason not to execute, instead of saying, okay, that's great feedback. I'm gonna work on those holes to create the plan, to create the momentum, to create the action. I remember I was having an IG Live with a beautiful woman in Toronto, beautiful soul, and I told her this idea, and she said, that's don't quench the spirit. It's like, what do you mean? Don't quench the spirit. And she was very excited. It's like, okay, don't quench the spirit. It's like, okay, I like it. Don't quench the spirit. It's a passage from the Thessalonians. Thessalonians. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Thessalonians. Don't quench the spirit. The idea is the spirit flows through you. That the ideas they're given to you. That they're divine, that they mean something, that you have to go act on them. And every time that you don't, you're quenching the spirit. You're literally shutting off your greatness. Every time an idea comes to you and you don't do something about it, you are shutting off the valve of your greatness. You're telling yourself that you suck. You're staying committed to staying stuck. That's what you're doing. You're staying committed to staying stuck. And the way through is to actually listen to those ideas. So there's a couple ways to do it, because those ideas are scary, because if they're of any size, then they're going to be scary. And because there are so many logical reasons why you shouldn't do it. Here's what I do. Step 1, go from idea to action. So as soon as you get the idea, you got to go do something. Get out of your head. When you're in your head, you're dead. Have you ever heard that expression? When you're in your head, you're dead. When you're thinking about it, you start playing small immediately, because your brain is designed to keep you safe. So instead of thinking about it, you got to go do something. Go do something. Go take some action on that idea. Trust that it's a good idea, right? Step number 2. It's what I call the 2% difference. Instead of just figuring out how to plan to get to 100%, this is what we do. We get an idea, immediately we start researching, we start planning. Don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do. Why? It's not that planning in itself is bad, but it's not the best use of your creative energy. Because as soon as you get the idea, you're excited, you're motivated, you're inspired, you want to go take some kind of action on it. Yeah. And then the next day you'll wake up and feel, I can't do that thing. And all you've done is plan and research. That's not enough. You got to do something. You got to commit to taking some kind of action. You got to tell somebody you're doing it. If you're going to make a YouTube channel, you got to record your first video. The 2% difference is, instead of creating the plan to get to 100%, you take action on the first 2%, even though it feels imperfect. If you want to start a health plan, right? You want to get in shape. You want to lose weight. Perfect. What most people do is start researching diets. This is classic. This is why people don't hit their goals, okay? You get inspired. I want to lose weight. Perfect. You start researching, and then you find out, oh, well, there's the keto plan, there's the paleo plan, there's the carnivore diet, there's vegan, there's all these different plans. And what am I going to do for working out? Am I going to do yoga or cardio or weights? And you just get immediately bombarded with so many different options, and then you're stuck in this loop. And then maybe tomorrow you wake up and there's still a tiny bit of energy. So then you spend more time researching and planning. Then you get so overwhelmed, you wake up the next day, it's like, okay, forget this. And then you're back to your old life because you've spent, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar at all? Yeah, raise your hand. Hey, that's me. You spend your life stuck in these pattern loops. The way through is, instead of using your best energy on research, to use your best energy doing something. The best thing you can do is not research how to create a fitness plan. The best thing you can do, what's the 2% difference? Do 10 push-ups. If you can't do 10, do 2 push-ups. Like, show yourself that you're the person who then takes immediate action. Is that 2 push-ups, if that's the max you can do, gonna actually get you in better shape? No, right? But the momentum you're building is to teach yourself that you get ideas and you follow through, right? So idea to action is step number 1. The 2% difference is step number 2. Instead of planning for 100%, we're taking action in the first 2%. And then the third thing I would say is just check where the energy is when you're coming up with the idea. Is the intent positive? Is the intent to serve? Are you in a optimistic, happy, positive, bold, courageous disposition? If you are, great. Then you have to go do the thing. Idea to action immediately. If you're feeling negative, weak, hurt, angry, jealous, enraged, then maybe your ideas to actions are not so good. Maybe that's when you want to pause. We procrastinate on the things that will serve us, and we take immediate action on the things that we regret. Saying that negative comment to the person next to us, retaliating against somebody who did us wrong, right? So if your energy is from a negative place, that's when you need to pause. That's when you need to hold. That's when you need to say, okay, I'm gonna reflect on this and come back to it. But if your energy is bold, courageous, empowering, inspiring, ready to go do something, then don't quench the spirit. Stop shutting off the valve of your greatness and go take some immediate action today.
If you want another Evan rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
So there's a fairly common expression in the business world that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team.